Because she is an intimidating woman. What are those called? So funny. Ha 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 ha. Thanks, Joan. Dreams do come true. Hi. Hello. It's been a while. It's your boy Nate. I read books because reading is sexy, and if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Get to it. Here to do the mid-year freakout tag. Can y'all believe? It's half the year already. Gone. Like that. I just feel like I just got started. So I'm a little late, but better late than never, right? If anyone need to know, bevy of the day is a Diet Coke with an espresso shot on top. Don't knock it till you try it. All right, let's get into this. Some stats real quick. My Goodreads challenge I've completed. I'm at 97 out of 52 books. I think 52 books for the year is just perfect. That's a book a week, all right? If you can manage a book a week, that's amazing. And that's more than enough in a year. But I'm at 97. Will say, though, 30 of these are all of the Nate the Great chapter books. If anyone didn't know, Nate the Great, he's this like little detective guy, and he just like solves crimes. No, he doesn't. He solves mysteries. No crime, just mysteries in around his friends in a elementary school. Yeah, did that for work purposes. If you want to count those, then I'm at like 60 books, which is still completes my goal. Do I plan to read a lot more for the rest of the year? Yes. So we're doing well. All right. First question, how has your 2024 reading year gone so far? It's at a steady pace, slow and steady. I'm reading what I want to be reading. My pace has slowed down, and I'm okay with that because I'm reading a lot more intentionally, and I'm reading the things I want to be reading, which has been a lot of rereading. Some vlogs will come out. Yeah, I've been rereading a bunch of stuff that has made me who I am today, and that has been a joy. I've also still been reading a lot of arcs. I'm still a NetGalley King A, and still going through all of that. Right now I'm on the new Daniel Handler. He wrote the series of Unfortunate Events. It's a book about writing. I just started it, so not too far into it, but it's very much him and his voice, which has been entertaining at best. All right, next question is, what is the best book you've read so far in 2024? All Fours, Miranda July. Do I need to link the video? But yeah, it's just everything that I love about Miranda July, and just so funny, so sweet, so sad, and it's such a wonderful book. And I think out of all the midlife crises narratives that I've read, this one just has a lot more joy and optimism. Are we moving into new optimism? Y'all, I'm so done with DWMs. Like, they're great. There'll be a place in my heart for DWMs, but new optimism, y'all. Yeah, there's just this beautiful optimism to the book that I think is wonderful. And more people should be reading it. Oh, Sunny's Book Truck has a book talk coming for All Fours, and excited to listen to that. All right, next question is best sequel you've read so far. And this will be just a default answer, but I started Nana, and this is book 2, and this one's fun, but Nana's about 2 girls named Nana whose lives get intermingled, intertwined, and is just fun, cute, deals with coming of age, and trying to understand what friendship is, what sex is, and all that jazz. Lots of fun. This one, they decide to live together and become roommates. So I have book 3 and 4 on deck, and I'll get to those eventually. But yes, Nana. A new release you haven't read yet, but want to. Intermezzo, Sally Rooney. I don't hate Sally Rooney. I think she's a very interesting writer for our time in terms of how we deal with relationships and how we talk to each other. Because, like, let's be real. I don't think we talk to each other very well. And I think Sally Rooney does a very good job at showing that. And it's always interesting what she puts out. I did read Beautiful World, Where Are You?, her last book, and I did enjoy that. I loved the email exchanges. Actually, let's be real, I send a lot of emails, and I just love it because it's a bigger space for larger formats like hyperlinks, and it's just easier to share stuff on there, and you have a lot more room to send a message. And for the most part, I'm sending emails on my laptop, which I enjoy more than, say, WhatsApp or some other messaging app. Anyway, enjoyed that, and I love conversations she creates, the dialogue that happens between her characters. And yeah, I am so sad I didn't get an arc. I reached out. You know what? Sometimes you're on hands and knees, begging. And nope, no. Sometimes you don't get what you want, and that's okay, I guess. I will just... Sally Rooney will happily take my money. There you go. Have it. Have it all. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. The only big one is The City and Its Uncertain Walls by Haruki Murakami. There will be a Haruki Murakami vlog coming out soon. I think maybe next month. I'm editing it right now. I'm a stan. I love his work. Always have. I haven't read the last two short story collections. Not a big fan of his short stories, unfortunately, but his novels I love. I just love getting mixed up in the worlds he creates, and yeah, excited to read this one. But I live in Korea, and it's actually released in Korean for Korea, and it was like released, I think, like end of last year. Honestly, I should try and read it in Korean, but I'm lazy. That's a lot of homework that I just don't want to do. Okay, biggest disappointment. Biggest disappointment so far. We'll have to go to Kudos by Rachel Cusk. I finished the Outline trilogy beginning of this year, and yeah, that last book put a bad taste in my mouth. Either the pressures of putting out a last book, the pressures of finalizing a trilogy. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But I just did not jive with that ending. I'm like the first half and middle parts, wonderful, classic Cusk. But that ending, I was just like, is that really where you want to end it? Like, I get it, Cusk. You are fun. You have a sense of humor. But do you have to make your sense of humor the ending of a book? I don't know. So, yeah, that was my biggest disappointment. But I did recently read Parade by Rachel Cusk. There's a 50-minute vlog on it, y'all. You could go watch that. I do love her work. It's very interesting, and I love the questions she asks and the way she tries to answer them. So there you have it. Biggest surprise of the year. We'll have to go to Perfume and Pain by Anna Dorn. It is a lesbian love story set in LA, and it's hot, sexy, funny, very LA, and just go out and read it, because it's just a lot of fun. Very compulsive read. Who is it? Molly? She is back to reads on Instagram, and I believe in one of her recent vlogs, she stayed up late in the night to finish the book. It's a fun one. Okay, favorite new author, new to you or debut? This is new to me, both as an author and a debut. It is The Hearing Test by Eliza Barry Callahan, I believe. Benjamin Journal. Recently read this and loved it. It's just so thinky, lispectory, and everything that I love about fiction. And I just loved this. It's about a woman who loses her hearing and tries to get it back, tries to re-enter the world and understand it in a new way. It's just very introspective and quiet and very short. In so few pages, it does so much. And I love that. I could definitely give it a reread. Next question. Newest fictional crush. Will have to be... Oh, okay. Did I not pick this up? Oh my god. How am I going to get over there? Is Hit Parade of Tears by Izumi Suzuki. The female protagonist is pretty much the same in all of the short stories, but I just love her. She is super sly, super sexy, and it's just like this femme fatale that comes into contact with aliens, robots, humanoids, really creepy men, and is just nonchalant about her experience, but also very existential. So I just love that. Love her. I really want to read more of Suzuki's work. I think it's Terminal of Boredom is her other short story collection. Excited to read more of her work. It's very soft sci-fi, given that the stories are very short and really deal with more of the deep, dark, existential world that we live in, and the sci-fi elements exist within a grotesque realm. So it's not too heavy. Enjoyed this a lot. There will be a separate vlog on this, so look out for it. I think it'll come out end of this month or beginning of next month. Look out for it. Okay, book that made me cry. Nothing has made me cry yet. I think I had a lot of emotional books last year, and this year, I don't know. Nothing has hit me yet, but very close is Grief is for People by Sloane Crosley. Just because I think it's a very good representation of what grief is, how it moves, how funny we can make it, how sad it is as well. Poignantly done. If anyone has forgotten, Sloane Crosley did interview Joan Didion. I forget which book it is, but I mean, I definitely think Crosley was thinking of The Year of Magical Thinking when she was writing this, and how that is a very serious book about grief and loss. So for Crosley to give us this is just such a gift. It is also about the publishing world, and if you needed to know more about that. But yeah, just exquisitely done. There are just moments where it rises and crashes in all of its sweet, sad, and brilliantly funny moments. So give it a shot. Okay, a book you saw on TikTok and regret reading. I saw this in like a photo set on TikTok. Person didn't talk about it, but I saw it and I was like, that's immediately going into my cart because I loved the cover so much. I don't have it with me anymore, and for good reason, because I did not like it. It is on Not Knowing by Emily Ogden. Okay, I did like it. I just, for the life of me, cannot tell you what it's about. It was a whole lot of nothing. It was giving a whole lot of nothing. Beautiful sentences, beautiful prose, beautiful thoughts and meanderings, but with the titles given and the subject matter given, I didn't know what any of the essays were actually about. They just felt like spaces where Emily just wanted to spurt out whatever was in her journal entries, and that was it. If you want a whole lot of sweet nothings, give Emily Ogden a shot, because that was all. That was all. Most beautiful book you bought this year. Ooh, yes, I have it with me. Oof, y'all, we need to talk about this. I got this in Japan. Where did I get this? In Osaka, in like a used bookstore, and I got it for like $40. A bit steep, but it is Christopher Doyle's basically monograph of Happy Together by Wong Kar-wai. Christopher Doyle is usually the cinematographer for most of Wong Kar-wai's works, and this one is just a bunch of like the photos that he took and film stills, and it's just so beautiful. I remember my friend from Singapore got this, and I was just like astounded by its beauty. It's such a beautiful coffee table book, and I just love. I'll eventually read this from cover to cover, but it's just so beautiful, y'all. I just love his worlds and how he sees the world. Both Wong Kar-wai and Christopher Doyle. I haven't even actually like looked through it. I've always dreamt about it. Online, would try to look for scans and dream about it. And then I found it in a used bookstore, and I was like, dreams do come true. What are the books you need to read by the end of the year? Oh my god, I have to go get them. I'm just gonna grab a random stack, y'all. Oh my god. And, oh my god. Okay, hold on. Okay, hi, y'all. I gotta clip myself, so let me just clip this mic real quick. Will you be able to hear me? I hope so. Okay, y'all. I just grabbed a random stack of books, because let's be real, I just need to read everything that's on my shelf. That's the goal. Because I am so sick and tired of like, I don't want to put myself through the cycle of consumerism anymore, where it's like, I feel like I have to buy stuff all the time. No, there's stuff on my shelves that I'd like to get to and just work with what I have. I've been really good, y'all, about not spending money on books. I've been good, okay? I've been good. I've been good, for the most part. Okay, but random stack of books. What do I need to read before the end of the year? This is my last Joan Didion, which frightens me a bit. But this is political fictions. I forget what this is. I think this... Essays, yep. Political essays. That just sounds like a snooze fest. But honestly, the only person I will read when history is involved is Joan Didion, so gonna give this a shot. But this is Coolly Observant Essays. Joan Didion looks at the American political process and at that handful of insiders who invent year in and year out the narrative of public life. Okay, what else? Deconstruction of sound bites and photo ops of 3 presidential campaigns, 1 presidential impeachment, unforgettable sex scandal. Okay, she reveals the mechanics of American politics. I just loved this cover so much. It's a book on a book. Like, so funny. Ha 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 ha. Thanks, Joan. Anyway, there's that. I've never read any Susan Sontag. This will be my first Susan Sontag. Okay, does anyone want... I've already told this story before, but I've asked 5 friends to get this for me when they came from America to Korea, and they have all failed. So I did it myself. Because you know what? If you want something done, just get it done yourself. And so, yeah, I went to this cute little bookstore in Silver Lake and got this book. A very good used bookstore, I think it's called. Yeah, and I was on their Instagram story. It was a really cute moment. Anyway, never read any Sontag because I've always been sort of intimidated by her because she is an intimidating woman, spanning a range of subjects: challenges, humiliations women face as they age, relationship between women's liberation and class struggle, and beauty. Good stuff. Sounds good to me. And yeah, finally starting Sontag. I've got Shop Girl by Steve Martin. I think this is set in LA. I wanted to do this series about turning 30 this year and rereading a bunch of stuff that made me, but also reading stuff about my home. So this is why this is in the stack. I just really loved this silver cover. I think usually the cover's red with this picture of a girl on it. And yeah, I've always loved Steve Martin. Not a big fan of his stand-up, but sort of the presentational humor and father figure intermix that shows up in his films. Father of the Bride, 1991, which has Diane Keaton in it. And the screenplay is by Nancy Meyers. That's why I love that film so much. Doing this. Okay. God, why is this so dusty? Yikes. Ugh. I always have like one big book for the summer because I just love using a book as a visor. I think my big book of the summer will be To Paradise by Hanya Yanagihara. This is still in its plastic. Do y'all need to know what this is about? What is it? An alternate version of 1893 America. New York is part of the free states where people may live with and love whomever they please. Fragile young scion of a distinguished family resists betrothal to a worthy suitor, drawn to a charming music teacher of no means. I think the book is split up into 3 sections, 3 different time periods of, redefined America. I love reimaginings of history, so this should be interesting. I love Hanya's work. It's complicated, it's complex, and controversial, as always. I love sort of the conversations surrounding her work. I think I'll give A Little Life a reread. I don't know yet. I don't know, y'all. I read that when I was like 18, 19, so I think it garners a reread. But yeah, I just love the work that she does. She's a good writer. Her sentences are always so strong, so powerful, and it's so plotty too. Like, she's an immense writer, and everyone discredits her for that, for creating this trauma porn of a book. And I don't know, to sort of like knock her down for that and not examine her other work is just kind of silly to me. But yeah, she does immense work. And The People in the Trees, so discussions around that is just like crazy, y'all, crazy. And what kind of book that is just like insane to me, but also a very compulsive read. I could not put that book down. Loved it a lot. I hate history. I like reimaginings of history, but I hate history. Will she grab my attention? We'll see. Is she skillful enough a writer to do that. But also, am I smart enough for this? That's what I'm afraid of. And I just loved the simplicity of this cover. I remember when this first came out, it was just hardback, and I saw it in Boston, and it was signed too. I should have just gotten it, but I was just like, this book is a literal brick in hardback. It's signed. But I was just like, no. Glad to see it in this paperback format. Still big, but still a good visor. Less heavy than the hardback, obviously. Okay, what else do we have here? I have Hollywood by Charles Bukowski. I really did enjoy Bukowski's poetry. It was very formative to me when I was 15 or 16. Read a bunch. Didn't enjoy his novels so much. His novels just had too much of a meandering quality to me and very misogynistic. But loved sort of the slacker vibes that his work has always had. And I'm not done this one. And yeah, Hollywood, love home. Excited to do this. It's in this Black Sparrow Press edition. If y'all don't know, Black Sparrow Press, best 60s, 70s covers in terms of like print. Just love the work that they do. Oh, so sad that they're gone now. Call Me By Your Name. This is coming up. I have to reread this, doing this as a buddy read with Alex Law. He's on Instagram. And he does this like really cool book thing in Toronto. What is it called? Between the Pages, I think it's called. I'll have it linked downstairs for y'all. But it's like this cute book club, book trade sesh. Very intimate. There's like drinks, I believe. Very cool, very chic. The idea of the salon is back, thanks to him, and this little creative space. But yeah, we're doing a reread of Andre Osman's Call Me By Your Name, because this is a annual summer reread for me. And I recently got it in this super sexy paperback edition. Love this. And I do an annual rewatch of the film as well. Love the film. All right, last book that I want to talk about is The Rules of Attraction. I've been on a major Bret Easton Ellis kick, thanks to The Shards at the beginning of the year. I recently read Glamorama. I have footage of that. I'm not sure if I want to make a vlog of it. Like, it's just, a part of me is just like, do I need to talk about every book I read? And then a part of me is like, someone would value that information perhaps, but also I just wasn't happy with the way I talked about the book, and too much time has passed where I even want to talk about it. But incredible, might end up in my favorites of the year. It's just really a bold achievement, I think, in Ellis's work in combat with his personal life and the novel that he was trying to write. And I think The Shards wouldn't exist without it, to be honest. Does he still require an editor? Yes, but also I think that's just the fun in reading his novels. Just the way I see, like, also, does Murakami need an editor? Yes. This is his first novel, and he wrote it when he was 20 years old. And I've been listening to this podcast, what is it? Something about Bennington College. I'll have it linked down below too. I need to get back to listening to that. And Bret is on the podcast. We forget, I think, that Bret has always had his finger on the pulse of culture and following culture. And so I really admire his work for that. And also how very LA he is as well. So I want to look at some of his work. But yes, Rules of Attraction. It is a bittersweet unraveling of student sex and romantic entanglements on a New England college campus. Bennington College deals with, like, I think 4 different people. There's bisexuals. Ooh, fun. Okay, great. Love that. And I just love this cover so much as well. Whoever designed this, incredible. Incredible. Okay. Favorite video you've made so far in 2024? All Fours by Miranda July. I think it was the start of something new in the way that my content has changed and the formation of it. I'm still there. There's me, my selfhood is still within the videos, but I think the format has changed. I'm happy with the form. That All Fours, Miranda July, Tokyo, Seoul vlog is just where my headspace is. Exactly what I've always wanted to create, I think. And that's the first video to sort of show it. And I'm glad that people enjoyed it and enjoyed these new formations. Thank you, everyone, for the feedback, your love for these videos. I was a bit afraid. I wasn't sure how they'd be received. And thank you for everyone's wonderful, nice comments, because, yeah, this is sort of the content that I have always wanted to watch on YouTube, and glad that I'm the one putting it out, and I hope it's entertaining, at least for someone out there. So everyone, thank you always for watching. A video that you thought would flop but did well. Honestly, the Parade Rachel Cusk vlog. I don't know if there's a lot of Cusk readers out there. I think there's a good number of us. A lot of my mutes out there love Cusk, but yeah, I just thought that Cusk isn't someone that we usually run to. But yeah, I honestly thought that would flop, but I'm glad that it got such a... I'm glad it didn't flop, is what I'm saying. Because also it's like a 50-minute vlog. Like, y'all, that's a commitment. I don't expect people to commit to a 50-minute vlog like that. Because honestly, I edited that thing like to heck. There was just so much speaking involved too, and also just because it's a difficult book to talk about. And so I hope it's helpful in some way in someone's reading of Parade, but also I hope it was still entertaining. Any upcoming videos you're excited to make? Okay, y'all, I think I will do a summer TBR video. It'll come late though, because I'm waiting for some books to come in. Yeah, there'll be some interesting videos coming out, I believe, for August, beginning of December, and within August and December, I'm sure I'll put something out. Thanks everyone for your patience with me, because I just want to create top-notch content, and my... What are those called? What are those called? My standards. My standards are just a bit high. I'm my own worst critic, so I just want to be making sure I'm putting out the best of the best. I'm putting it out there. It's online, out in the world. I just want to make sure that it's the best of the best. And yeah, I don't know. Do people want more monthly wrap-ups? I know they perform well, but I think I might come back with the wrap-up videos. Do I need to put out favorites videos? I haven't done that in a while either, because I do miss sharing stuff that has impacted my day-to-day life. Diet Coke espressos, anybody? There'll still be content pumping out. Some cool stuff will be coming to ya. Last question. Any channel goals before the end of the year? Not really. I think with my break, I'm really happy with where I'm at, this new medium that I'm working in. The way that I've sort of changed the way I talk about books has been really fulfilling. There's less of a pressure to it. I hope it's showing. I hope it's working, and I hope it provides. I'm at 3K. Thank you everyone for 3K. I don't know if I've thanked everyone for that, but thank you. This is it. This is where I've always wanted to be. I love my little niche community. Thank y'all. Are y'all bots? Let me know. Thank you everyone for putting up with me. And yeah, thank you everyone who leaves a comment always. Books, books, books. It's a booktube. All right, I think that's it. That's all the questions. That's the mid-year freakout tag. Everyone on booktube, just do this tag because it's a great way to see where you're at in terms of your reading. Yeah. Okay. As always, be well, do good work, keep in touch.